What's going on, my PT peeps and my NFL fans? I'm One Eye Bri. You don't know if I'm winking or I'm blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about the NFL, Tom Brady, Super Bowl Sunday coming this Sunday, and if Tom Brady is the best or the luckiest quarterback of all times. So first and foremost, I want to get this out of the way. Tom Brady is a great quarterback, a very good quarterback, possibly the best quarterback of all times in the NFL. But ultimately, I have a thing that I want to talk about with Tom Brady. I think he is the luckiest quarterback, not the best, and I'll show you why. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, you're a Patriots hater, you're a Tom Brady hater. And maybe I am, but I'm going to highlight some things that support my argument that he's the luckiest. And again, this is a fun video about the NFL and Tom Brady. Everybody needs to relax before they type some hateful comments, photo credit, and info credit to these fine folks right here. Now, Tom Brady has a bunch of rings. More power to him. He's got 5 Super Bowl rings. That's great. But if it wasn't for Vinatieri and a couple other things, he wouldn't have any of these rings, let alone 5. He probably would have 2, but let's talk about the history of Tom Brady and his Super Bowl rings. And it's very impressive that Tom Brady has been to so many Super Bowls. And that's why so many people dislike the guy in the Patriots. You're like, just give someone else a chance, right? They've been there so many times and people are tired of it. When there's a winner, you have a lot of fans, but you also have a lot of haters. So I understand that. And I just thought this was a funny meme right here, talking about the Falcons choking, Malcolm Butler, Tuck Rule, Spygate, Vinatieri, Nick Foles, Eli Manning twice. So we have to talk about Deflategate because people are like, why does that matter? Well, it makes a big difference if you have an advantage, let alone a deflated ball advantage, especially when it's cold in New England. And also the home field advantage in New England has worked in their favor so many times. And there's been several reports of headsets not working and electronics not working for the opposing teams. But if you have a deflated football, it makes a difference because you can catch it easier and Tom can put more zip on the ball and throw it down the field better. And it just makes everyone's life on offense easier. If you catch a high school size football versus an NFL size football, that's basically the same advantage. Not the same size, but you know what I'm getting at. But either way, if we look at the stats of Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, it's impressive because he's been there so many times. The last time they won was against the Falcons. I don't have 2017 on here, but that was last year's Super Bowl when the Patriots lost to the Eagles. But if you look at the stats of Tom Brady, they're a little variant. Some are good, some are great. I mean, he's had a lot of passing yards, a lot of attempts, a lot of touchdowns, but also some interceptions. So he has some flaws, that's for sure. He's not super perfect like everyone thinks he is. Now, if we go back to Tom Brady, he was a super late draft pick. 6th round, 199th pick, which means that he was lucky to be even drafted, right? Also, he was lucky to go to the Patriots. If he didn't go to the Patriots, he might have been to the Jets or the Browns or the Lions or really an organization that is not really great. Also, the fact that Drew Bledsoe got injured. Tom Brady was not the starter of the Patriots. He was Drew Bledsoe's backup. Drew Bledsoe got injured, Tom Brady came in, and the rest is history. Also, Bill Belichick was a head coach way before Tom Brady was in the league. Bill Belichick's record before Tom Brady was pretty terrible with the Browns, and you just look at his track record, it's not that great. But Drew Bledsoe was the starting quarterback of the Patriots before he got injured. Tom Brady came in and really changed the dynamic of the NFL and the New England Patriots. Now, clearly, Tom Brady wants to win Super Bowls. And for someone who was taken so late in the draft, maybe has a chip on their shoulder, I can kind of get down with that. You know, it's like, all right, yeah, I got something to prove. So Tom started winning the Super Bowls, right? And it seems like it's a win at all costs. No matter what, we're going to win. We're going to win whatever it takes. I don't care what it takes. We're going to do it. I'm going to prove these haters wrong, prove everyone wrong. And I have to respect Tom Brady's abilities, his winning ability, his Super Bowls, his championships, how many times they've been there, and it's great. But is Tom Brady the GOAT, the greatest of all times? To me, he's definitely up there, but I don't even think he's the best quarterback of this generation. And to me, the best quarterback of all times is between Tom Brady and Joe Montana, not Tom Brady and Peyton Manning or Eli Manning or anybody like that. Now, I grew up in the 80s. I grew up watching Joe Montana play for the 49ers, and Joe Montana was a winner. He never lost any Super Bowl that he was in. Tom Brady has lost several. And when I saw this online, it drew my attention for the debate and the discussion. Joe Montana never lost a Super Bowl, was intercepted in a Super Bowl, cheated, got suspended, or needed a kicker to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty impressive that he's never lost, threw an interception, cheated, got suspended, or needed a kicker to win the Super Bowl. So Brady is LeBron, Montana is Jordan. I agree with that. because it's a different era of football and the Patriots get a lot of calls. Just look at the roughing the passer against the Chiefs in the championship game this year alone. Different era, different stuff, different calls going this. You could be on the receiver, you could be on the quarterback. It just was so different. If you look at the stats back in the day versus now, it's crazy. I thought this was pretty interesting here too, of the stats between Tom Brady and Joe Montana. It's a little outdated because it's just from a couple years ago, but it's just pretty interesting. If you look at the two, they're pretty great hand in hand. Joe Montana and Tom Brady are great quarterbacks. Also, the fact that Tom Brady plays for the Patriots, who play in the worst division in football. You could people say, no, it's not. No, it's not. Well, look at it. The Jets have not been anything for a long, long time. The Buffalo Bills haven't been good since the 90s, and the Dolphins really haven't been anything since the 70s. So give me a break of this division. The Patriots are dominating this. They even won the division or came close to winning the division when Tom Brady was injured and didn't play. And so if you win the division with an 11-win record or a 10-win record, that's all you need to win that division. Like, look at it this year. The Patriots won the division with 11 wins. The Chargers had 12 wins and had to get the wild card, and that has happened several years in a row, I believe. But if you look at the beast of the East, the AFC East champ since 2000, it's crazy. You got the Dolphins twice, the Jets once, and the Patriots are all over that. So if you win your division, you'll go to the playoffs all those years, right? And also, there's a big advantage of playing in Gillette Stadium for their home games. Just look at that for them. So they've had that numerous times, which is good for them. I'm not hating on that. I'm just pointing out a point. And also, they get a lot of calls at home. Just ask the Steelers and everybody else who has played there. Now, Tom Brady is great, don't get me wrong, but his first Super Bowl was against the St. Louis Rams. Funny, they play this Super Bowl against the Los Angeles Rams. Same organization, just different city. The Rams are the Rams. So Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl against the Rams. And there have been interesting reports and allegations, I'm not sure if they're true, that someone from the New England Patriots stayed back and was able to watch and spy on the Rams walkthroughs in the hotel or wherever their practice facility was. So there was a clear advantage there. Also, the Rams only scored 17 points that Super Bowl, which is pretty interesting because they were averaging 30 points a game. The big thing also from that Super Bowl and against the Panthers was that Adam Vinatieri, the kicker for the Patriots, won the game by kicking field goals. Now, that's great on Tom because he got him in position, but if Vinatieri doesn't make one, if not both of those field goals, Tom doesn't win those Super Bowls. Just ask the Buffalo Bills how important a kicker is to win the Super Bowl. If the kicker doesn't make his field goals, Tom doesn't win. But in that same playoff run before the Super Bowl in the AFC Divisional Series, I believe, I'm not sure if it was the championship or Divisional Series, but either way, the Raiders played the Patriots. It was snowing. It was crazy. Charles Woodson, I watched this with my own eyes. Charles Woodson came around the corner and sacks Tom Brady. Tom Brady drops the football. The Raiders jump on it. Boom, Raiders are going to win, right? Nope. The refs come in and say, nope, the tuck rule. He was tucking the ball. Where is that ref? Where has that been? When has that ever happened ever in the history of the NFL? I can't remember. I've never seen it. And I've watched a lot of football in my years since the 80s. But you're like, why does that matter? Because it gave Tom Brady another chance to win the game. Who came in? Vinatieri came in and kicked the field goal to go to the next round. So no tuck rule, no Super Bowl. But either way, Tom has been in a lot of Super Bowls, and you have to give it to him. Look at the stats right there. Some are good, some are decent, some are great, but ultimately the Super Bowl is won by a team. Tom Brady's going to get all the pub, but he had some good players around him who have made some great plays that Tom had nothing to do with. Just ask Malcolm Butler, who was on defense. Tom's on the sidelines. The Seahawks have the ball on the 1 or 2 yard line and they decide to throw it. And I believe they had the ball on the 1, 2, or 3 yard line where they easily could have run it with beast mode. He was one of the best running backs in the league that year, and he's probably not going to be denied to run the ball in. But they throw the ball. Malcolm Butler jumps the route. Bing, bada, boom. Touchdown. Nope. Interception. You're like, whoa, crazy, right? Tom Brady had nothing to do with that. The Seahawks would have won, and Tom would have been on the sidelines, and you wouldn't say that, oh, Tom's the best. Tom's got so many Super Bowls. So if Vinatieri doesn't make those field goals and Malcolm Butler doesn't make this interception, they don't get those Super Bowls. Also, if Edelman doesn't make this drastic catch or more importantly, the Falcons don't choke, They were up 28-3 in the third quarter with a couple minutes left in the fourth quarter. And also they had a chance to ice the game, put the game away. They decided to throw the ball, get sacked and fumbles. It's just crap that the Falcons choked. Again, if the Falcons don't choke, they do their job. They run the ball. They manage the clock. They win that Super Bowl. So Tom would have lost against the Seahawks, would have lost against the Falcons, probably, if not, would have lost against the Rams. So he doesn't have 5 Super Bowls. He's got more like 2 Super Bowls. But again, Tom Brady is a winner. He's done some great things, but he's also thrown interceptions. Just look at the Chiefs AFC Championship game this year. If Dee Ford is not lined up in the neutral zone, he throws an interception. Tom Brady throws an interception, but there was a penalty again, and you can't say that's on the Patriots, it's on the Chiefs, but Tom is a winner, and he is a great quarterback. But to me, I don't even think Tom Brady is the best quarterback of the modern era. It's Drew Brees. Look at the stats, more passing yards, more this, more that, just better numbers in the stat category, because people are going to say who's the best of all times. It goes by championships first. So it's clearly Tom Brady, Joe Montana, maybe Terry Bradshaw, Troy Aikman, and a bunch of quarterbacks who have several Super Bowls. But I believe if Drew Brees had a better team around him, a better defense, and they got some of the calls to go their way, he would have a bunch of championships for sure. But either way, Tom Brady is a great quarterback. But to me, he's the luckiest. Just look at the things right there that I said in the video. Malcolm Butler, Falcons choking, Vinatieri beating the Rams, basically. So maybe they go to overtime, maybe they don't. But ultimately, Tom Brady has 5 rings. We'll see this Sunday if he gets his 6th ring. But I'm hoping that the Rams win personally myself. I think the Rams are a better team, but that doesn't mean anything in the Super Bowl. The Rams are a way younger team, and Belichick and Brady have the experience. So let me know your thoughts. This is a fun discussion about Tom Brady and his Super Bowls, but I think he's the luckiest quarterback of all times. I showed you my argument for it. Let me know your thoughts. Just be respectful. Don't be a rude, ignorant ITT. But let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching, guys.